Hello, third grade. Just wanted to remind you again that we are working on the reading comprehension strategy of using text features. And I want to encourage you that if you have any books at home or newspaper or magazines, even you might have some Ranger Rixings or something like that, and to also encourage all of you to use the school library because you can get into something called Epic Books if you haven't done that already. And then it's just tons and tons of books. So you can go to the library website. You could email Mrs. Fernandez if you're having trouble, and I know she would be happy to help you. But again, in expository text, so you're looking at works of nonfiction, right? These are not stories, they are nonfiction. And again, the features is that it's information, trying to get information across to you. For instance, I have a newspaper. So in the newspaper, there's pictures, there's captions, some things are labeled, there's actual photographs. Some things are in bold print that they might, like in the middle of an article, there might be a bold print because the author wants to emphasize that to you. So be looking for those things. Some of your nonfiction texts will have glossaries. Look at this. Is this an expository text? Well, if we turn it around to right here, you can see that there are directions of how that we would make our tacos. I should have done this on Tuesday. So you're looking at things, signs. Remember we talked about if you see signs outside, those are directions. Those are there for people to read, to give instruction to. So today is a fun one. Today is called jump rope. Just want to show you in your workbook what it looks like. So you can see them practicing it. So it says, have you ever jumped rope? It's a fun activity that kids do in schoolyards and on sidewalks everywhere. Did you know that people have been jumping rope for a long, long time? In fact, the origins of jumping rope go back thousands of years. But it has come a long way since then. No one knows for sure when and how jumping rope started. Some say the game originated in Egypt more than 3,000 years ago when the Egyptians jumped over vines in a form of play. What do we know is that jumping rope, sorry, I said that sentence wrong. You know how sometimes in reading you have to back up to get the right meaning, so I'm backing up. What we do know is that jumping rope began in ancient times and has traveled around the world. Coming to America, it is believed that Dutch are people from the Netherlands. It is believed that Dutch settlers brought jumping rope to the American colonies in the 1600s. Some say it was the Dutch who developed a new way to jump called double Dutch, which is one of the more popular and difficult ways of jumping today. In this game, two people hold two ropes, and you can see that in this picture. And one is at one end each with a rope in their hand, and they turn in opposite directions as jumpers jump over both ropes. So I want you to stop. And again, I have my little friend here with me. Oh, come on over here, buddy. Yeah. So we're going to do a turn two. So can you do a turn two with your partner and talk to them? Did you just learn something new about jumping rope? Maybe of when it was developed, maybe what country it came from, maybe a different way to do it. Can you turn and tell your partner something that you just learned? Hello, partner. So what I just learned was I didn't know that it came from Dutch. I knew there was double Dutch, but I didn't know that it was called Dutch. Oh, thank you. All right, can you turn back? 300 years later, in the 1940s and in the 1950s, jumping rope became popular with kids in America in cities. In that time, there were young jumpers, and they used jump rope as a form of play because it required only a rope and almost anyone could learn how to do it. Later in the 1970s, Americans became more and more concerned with being fit and healthy. This led to an increased interest in jumping rope as a form of physical fitness, not just for fun anymore. During this time, two New York City police officers, David A. Walker and Ulysses Williams, turned double dutch into a world-class sport. On February 14th, that's a special day, right? For Valentine's? On February 14th, 1974, that's a special year to me. I graduated from high school then. Nearly 600 5th and 6th, 7th, 8th grade students participated in the first double dutch tournament ever held. So again, that was in 1974. And remember, we said that jumping rope came in the 1600s. So think about how long that is. Jumping rope today, I'm going to hold this up so you can be looking at that in the bottom here. Again, look at this is showing you an expository text, right? It's giving you some titles and some a picture, and then it has little captions above it. Today, jumping rope is seen as a fun way for both kids and grown-ups to play and exercise, which has resulted in formation of many jump rope organizations and clubs. There are also special jump rope events, including some that raise money for charities. In 1978, Jean Barkal, a high school physical education teacher, held a jump rope-a-thon, which raised $2,032 for the American Heart Association. Since then, Barkal's annual event, now called Jump Rope for the Heart, has raised more than $750 million. People can jump rope competitively as well. Competitive jumpers work on their speed and fancy jumping moves. In 2012, Jolene Kepnier set a world record by jumping 204 times in 30 seconds. Let me say that again, 204 times in 30 seconds. Can you imagine how fast that is? Interested in having some fun with your friends, getting exercise, or enjoying some serious competition? Grab a rope and get jumping. Now there's a song here about teddy bear, turn around, teddy bear to teddy bear, touch the ground. So if some of you know that, you can do that. But I would encourage you today to find a rope, something that you can jump with. It doesn't have to be an actual jump rope. It could be, string probably wouldn't work very well, but some kind of a rope. So I would look for that, and you just hold on to both ends and you just jump. It gets your heart rate up, which is really good for your body and a great way to get exercise. And it's also taking you outside and just really fun. And so see if you can find a jump rope. And then just really quick, at the bottom here, it tells us that in February 1974 was that Dutch tournament. And then it goes, to 1980. And it says in 1979. So if you're looking right here, so remember it's not quite to 80, just like a number line. It's right before it. So 79, we talked about the tournament. So this is just another example of an expository text and how they chose to give the information, not just by reading it, but by also showing it this way, which is sometimes a little bit easier for some people to read. So your assignment for Thursday is to 1, jump rope. Figure out a way that you could jump rope even if you don't have one. And I'll tell you, it's hard. I can't do it for that long. It really gets my heart rate up a lot. So try it. It's great for you. Maybe you can practice and see how many jumps you can get. The other thing that we would like you to do for an assignment is, again, going back to if you could find an expository textbook. So when you found the information on the animals for your writing piece before Easter, can you go to that same place and look at that article that you read and look at the features that are on in that book, right? You're looking for captions, table of contents. You're looking for the glossary. You're looking for an index, maps, diagrams, all sorts of things like that that make it be an expository text. All right. That is it for your Making Meaning Language Art lesson today.